You want to make the most out of your membership in a networking group? I've got 5 things you can do to maximize the revenue and gain an enormous return on investment from any group you decide to join. If you want those 5 steps, you gotta join me for this episode of the Inside BS Show. Hey now, it's Dave Lorenzo. I'm the godfather of growth, and you are a lawyer, a CPA, a financial advisor, or someone in professional services looking to do more business in a B2B setting, and you've just joined a networking group. I'm gonna give you 5 steps, 5 things you can do to maximize the return on investment from your membership in a networking group. Here we go with step number 1. And this is essential. You've got to establish a strong personal brand. Now look, I am the godfather of growth. Why am I the godfather of growth? Well, that name, that moniker was given to me by my clients, and I leverage it to the hilt in building a personal brand. I help you make your clients an offer they can't refuse. So whenever I walk into a room and I join a group, or if I'm giving a speech and they introduce me as the godfather of growth, what do people do? They sit back and they go, godfather of growth, what does that mean? This guy must be something special. This is interesting to me. And then I tell them, I help you make your clients an offer they can't refuse. That creates even more interest. It creates even more curiosity. My personal brand as the godfather of growth is intriguing, and it draws people to me like a magnet. If you join a networking group, and let's say you're an employment attorney, and you go in there and you go, hi, my name is Joe, I'm an employment attorney. If your company gets sued by an employee, you gotta give me a call. Or you're a CPA and you go into the networking group and you go, hello, my name is Phil, I'm a CPA, I can save you money on your taxes. Everybody says that. Everybody says those things. You gotta have a brand. You gotta make yourself an object of interest. So the first thing I want you to do is write down all the things that make you different, all the things that set you apart from everyone else who does what you do. After you do that, find something that is familiar to the people in your audience and then link your differentiating factors with the thing that's familiar and establish your personal brand that way. Look what I did with the Godfather of Growth. Everybody knows the movie The Godfather. People have seen it dozens of times. I'm the person who helps you make an offer to your clients that they can't refuse. That's an iconic line. Make them an offer they can't refuse. It's an iconic line from The Godfather. I took my brand and I linked it with something familiar. I used the language of the movie. That creates an immediate image in people's minds. That's what a powerful personal brand does. So that's the first step. If you want to maximize your membership in a networking group, you've got to create a powerful personal brand. The second step to maximize the return on investment in your membership of a networking group is leverage the power of thirds. Listen, every networking group is a community. And in communities, you have 1/3 of the people who are just god-awful and they're never gonna do anything. I don't know why they join. Maybe it makes them feel good, but they join and they sit there and they don't do anything. The second third of people are people who join the community and sometimes they do things. If something falls and hits them in the head, they'll think of you and they'll refer business to you. Then the third group of people of the 3 groups is the people who are most engaged, the actively engaged people in your community. Those are the people you want to find. You want to hone in on them, you want to focus on them, and you want to leverage those people to maximize your return on investment in the networking group. So when you look at the groups of thirds, you immediately want to reach out to everybody, everyone that you can, connect with everyone, and the third of people, the actively engaged, that third will respond back to you. Leverage them, communicate with them frequently, reach out to them as often as you can, network with those people, ignore the neutral, and focus all of your time on the engaged folks. They're going to be where you're going to get the maximum return on investment. The third step in this process to maximize your return on investment from a networking group is to participate in everything, be everywhere, especially at the start. You've got to invest as much time as you can in the first year in attending every meeting. You've got to invest as much time as you can in the first year in passing referrals to other people. In your first year, you have to go everywhere, do everything, be everywhere people can see you from that networking group, from that community. Why? You want to have maximum exposure. People need to know you, like you, and trust you. And if you attend all the meetings, if you go to every event, if you communicate with all the people who are actively engaged, people will start talking about you. People will connect with you. People will discover the power that you have to help them grow their business, and they'll want to help you grow your business. So, step number 3, go everywhere, do everything, be important. Step number 4, give, give, give. You've got to pass referrals to people in your community, to people in your networking group on a 3-to-1 ratio or a 4-to-1 ratio or a 5-to-1 ratio. Give out 3, 4, or 5 referrals before you ever expect anything in return. This mindset will serve you well in any networking group. If you're passing referrals aggressively, early, and often, people are going to talk about you as a giver. Then once you've passed 3, 4, 5 referrals to one person, you can ask that person to make an introduction to someone you know they know. Give first, ask for referrals later. Give first, ask for referrals later. You want an example? I've got a story for you. One of my clients is an intellectual property attorney, and he often does work with patent lawyers. He practices in the area of trademark and copyright. He will pass 3 or 4 patent prosecution matters. That means 3 or 4 patents that need to be filed to someone before they ever send him any business back. He doesn't even ask for business back. He passes 2 or 3 patent prosecution matters, and then he says to them, listen, I passed you a few patent prosecution matters. Do you have anyone that I could do work with who needs multiple trademarks filed? That puts the bug in their ear, and then they think to themselves, even though our firm does trademarks, I need to throw this guy something good because he's thrown me 3 or 4 things, and they will pass him a great trademark client, even though their firm does it. I know, it seems counterintuitive, but relationships are developed person to person. They're not developed firm to firm or company to company. So if you want people to send you referrals, you got to go out of your way and send them 3, 4, or 5 referrals first. And that's rule number 4, to be great at networking and maximize your return on investment from a networking group. Step number 5 in this process is follow up, follow up, follow up. Follow up is the key to success in any networking group. You meet somebody, the minute you meet them, you need to send them an email telling them how great it was to connect with them. Then after you do that, send them a handwritten note card thanking them for taking the time to meet with you. The 3rd thing you need to do, pass them a referral. The 4th thing you need to do, pass them a referral. The 5th thing you need to do, pass them a referral. The 6th thing you need to do, put them on your newsletter list. Make sure they're getting your monthly newsletter, or even better, make sure they're getting your weekly newsletter so you stay top of mind with them. All the money from networking groups comes from follow-up. People are not going to meet you one time and then dump a pile of cash on your desk. They're going to need you to remind them of who you are and what you do and why you're important to them. So I've given you the 5 steps to make the most of your networking group membership. You want to discover how to build that powerful personal brand? You got to watch the next video that's filling in below me right now. That video will help you build a powerful personal brand that will make you the star of any networking group you join. I will see you in that video.